Good morning, what's left of it. Sorry, this is take two. My name is Tammy, and I'd like to welcome you to Tammy's Stitches. Greetings from Maine, everybody. If you are new, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and doing all the YouTubey things. If you are a regular subscriber, thank you so much for coming back week after week to join in the crazy. Today is October 10th, 2025, and this is FlossTube 111. It's been a long day already. I've been up since probably about 1, so yeah, and since about 6 I've been in my kitchen making dog treats, so I have quite the mess to clean up. Alright, so let's get on with it, shall we? No finishes, no FFOs, but I am working towards one. Okay. I have done 16 projects this week, and that's a lot. It's a lot. One was supposed to be for 5 days, but didn't make it. So, how about we get started, shall we? First of all, I want to show you my spooky stitching bingo. I need to work on the Halloween cake stand today, because that got called. I do not have a bingo yet, but I am working my way towards one, and hopefully a full blackout. So, I'm going to start with this is Gothic Authors by Lola Crow, and I restarted this on July 15th, 2025. I'm stitching this on an 18 count fossil from Forbidden Fiber Company. Was their fabric of the month. I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 2,500 stitches. Out of 5,545 stitches, I have completed 2,180, and I am at 39.91%. And this was for my Murder the Motif weekend, which was last weekend, and I didn't quite get this shelf done. This is Anne Radcliffe, and I did do the lady's head, and I did her bust, the bust here, and I finished the curtain. So I don't really have that much left to finish other than back stitching in a few stitches. And I gotta do a little bit of back stitching up on Robert Louis Stevenson and then put in the name Stevenson. I'm not really thrilled with this back stitching here, so I'm not gonna be doing that on the rest of them. I'm just gonna wing it. So I got 400 and no. What did I get? Oh, 240. Because by the time I got to it, I was exhausted. Like, okay, I've had enough. No more. Okay, done there. Okay. And then there was an issue with my Ghosts on a Pond. So, needless to say, I did not work the full 5 days on it because somewhere along the line there was human error. Humans here. So I decided that I would do this for my wrestling roundup and also for my spooky bingo. So when it gets called for my spooky bingo, it'll already have 500 stitches in it. Because Booker T for 200, DDT for 300 meant Cute Ghost was supposed to get 500. Now it's going to be spooky season. And the reason that I like this is because it's not like the 6 portals by any stretch of the imagination, but I kind of got a little jealous and I wanted to join in, but I didn't want to do something that big. So I'll just do little ones. So this is spooky season, and I don't know, it's a Russian company. Lukovka. It's spelled Lukovka Stitches on Etsy. I'll put it in the description box down below. I started this on October 9th, 2025. I'm stitching it on an 18 count Forbidden Fiber Company fiber of the month. I'm using the color for DMC. My goal is 5,000. Out of 11,374 stitches, I have completed 305. I need another 195 to get the full 500. And here is as far as I've gotten. And this goes by like super quick. This is a dream to stitch. It really is. And I've got a couple others of these by Andrea Autumn. Not quite sure which, but her stuff is awesome. And so I got another couple. I've got The Witch's Burn and another spooky one. And Pumpkin Season and a pumpkin that's made out of books and a tree that's made, Christmas tree made out of books. Trust me when I say those will get started. Alright, and that was for Wrestling Roundup. Okay, next. This one was yesterday's spin for my bingo. And this is the Executioner's Block by Screaming Heart Designs. I started this on October 26, 2023. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm stitching it on a 16 count Wicked and Whimsy fabric. I'm using Silky Black. So far, because I don't have this on Pattern Keeper or anything like that, I have completed, the goal is just to finish it. I gotta remember, if I'm putting goals on brand new stuff, hopefully they've gone into Pattern Keeper. If they're paper, I'm giving at least 2,000. If I go above that, that's perfectly fine. Once I hit that particular goal and there's really not that much left to do, or there's probably only another 1,000, it's gonna go straight to finish. Finish it category. This is in the finish it category. Whether I get it done, I don't know. But so far I've completed 4,482 stitches. And it is on. I love this fabric for this because the black just stands right out. It pops. So I finished up this part, and I got this other part of the axe done. And then I'm going to finish the skull over here, move over here, do the same thing here with a skull in the middle, work my way down this way, put the other double head in, my way down this way, and put the other double head in. After I get, there's like, it's a mandala, so we have this in that corner, this in this corner, so on and so forth all the way around. And 4 double-headed axes. And there was, I don't know, what struck me about this? Who knows? Okay, but I did complete 215 stitches on that. Because everything that gets pulled for the bingo is 200 stitches. And that's the way it's going to go, because every month is going to have like December is going to have Christmas ornaments and Christmas. November is going to be all autumn and possibly things that have gotten overlooked. January is going to be all winter. February is going to be all hearts. March it's going to be shamrocks or Irish. April, I don't know yet. I'm just throwing out ideas, so I might even have extra Halloween stitching thrown in, because you know me and my Halloween. Alright, so next, this was supposed to be my weekly focus for 5 days, Monday through Friday. Needless to say, it didn't work out that way. I think yesterday I only got 147 stitches on it, because then I realized that there was a big human error, and it's not something I can fudge. So I'm either have to rip it out and see what I can do with it, or I'm gonna have to start over. So I noticed a couple other oopses somewhere along the line, so I might just start over. No, I don't want to throw away so much work. But anyway, this is Cute Ghost on a Pond by the artist is Sierra Kai Aquill, and it is charted by Stitches So Beautiful. It's 250 by 250 and it only has 54 colors. And I'm using an 18 count easy guide, and I'm using the called for DMC. Now my goal was 5,000. Guess what? I made that goal. Yay! But then I looked at it and I'm like, oh no. Yeah. So in Monday through Thursday, I completed 5,267, and a good 75%, if not more, was background. So here we are. Here it is. And it's right in this area here that the human era has reared its ugly head. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't want to. It seems like every time I, frog stitches, somewhere along the line between what I write down in my book or in my card and what Pattern Keeper says is never the same, so I better figure out what got overlooked. So I think it's just easier to... I'm so upset. I really am. I want to cry. I got 880 stitches on it, and it's disheartening. It really is. It's very frustrating to continue to do full coverages. It really is. Okay. So, moving on. We're not going to think about that yet. Alright, so I decided that I wanted to do another one of my wrestling roundups. So I picked Jake the Snake Roberts for 300. And RKO for 300. And RKO was after Jake's time, but that's okay. He's the one that invented the DDT, and the RKO is kind of the same thing. Kinda. Not much. So 600 stitches needs to go on my Spring Quaker by Jardin Prive. Yes. So, I got 272 stitches so far. I need 8, 2, 382 stitches to get the full 600. And this is what I did. I finished this part here of this motif, so that motif is all done. I put in the butterfly with its back stitch. And then I put in little bird with its back stitch. I put in these 3 hearts and I did ABC. So, as long as I can get this done, that'd be good. So I will try to work on this weekend, even though I have a craft fair. This is the first one I've gone to in a year. Yeah, but I'm doing something completely different, so I just have to figure out a way to make a few more dozen dog treats with what I have. So, there's that. Okay. And then the, I told you about the, spooky season. Alright, next. What do we have next? Okay. We have, how far did I get? We have October's Marigolds. There's Magic in the Night When Pumpkins Grow by Moonlight. And this is from Cottage Garden Samplings. I started this on September 28th, 2025 because I wanted to get some done this month. Oh my god, sorry. I'm using an 18 count pumpkin patch and I'm using the called for DMC except for the letters. And I'm using from Dying for Sass. I'm using, come on. There we go. The Great Pumpkin. And it's got blacks and oranges and blues and it's very pretty. I like it. So I'm using that for just the letters. And I think what I'm going to do is continue to do that except for one in the fall, one in the winter, one in the spring, and one in the summer. That way, the one I did for fall is September and it's got the browns for the letters, and I think I'm going to do the same thing for January, April, and July possibly. I don't know, we'll see. But I want to make sure it all evens out. So there'll be 2 in the winter that have variegated floss and so on and so forth. And I did get an order from Otter Creek. It's on Etsy. I'll put it down below. She does some awesome dyed floss. I'm actually thinking about getting in touch with her and finding out if I bought a couple, would she mind if I gave them away as a gift. Some people don't mind, some people do. Not that I'm looking for a freebie, because she gives me, believe it or not, I got like 3 awesome freebies already. So, but here we are. It's some of the letters. I've got to take the bee out and do it again because it's off. I got the bats done. I need to finish up the letters and put in the gate, right? I'll put in the pumpkin, this pumpkin here, and the gate with the cat. And whatever those little orange things are, they look like bats, but who knows? Or candy corn. Right there. Well, we'll find out. So I'm gonna work on this. This is turning into like Gothic authors. I work on Gothic authors once a week. I'm gonna start working on this once a week for October. The only thing is, Gothic authors is gonna get done because I'm not gonna stop working on it until it's done. I will work on that this weekend and hopefully finish it. I didn't get all the letters done, but I did do a pretty good job with it. So the October marigolds, I got 233 stitches for Murder the Motif. Okay, so that one's done. Next. Oh, this was another bingo. Don't have a picture of it. I think you'll be able to get the gist of the idea. This is the cute Quirky Quaker Witch Hat from Darling and Whimsy, and I started this on October 7th. And I'm stitching it on an 18 count heather, and I'm using DMC. The goal is to finish it. I've gotten 200 stitches in already. There are a few blends because the original were some other different floss, but I'm using DMC 310, using DMC 1 strand of 4, 1 strand of 28, and using DMC 1 strand of 782 and 1 strand of 783. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I'm loving the blend of the 4 and the 28. It's like this magnificent purplish color. So I love these little Darling and Whimsy things. They look like they're basically a Quaker, you know, because you have the whole thing is just one motif. So that's why I like it. And yes, I've got it in a little plastic bag, but that's just because I was being lazy and didn't get it out. So there is that. Okay. Ooh. This was number 25 on my Wicked and Whimsy, and I'm just putting this in the same bag. So, what is it? Quirky Quaker Witch Hat, and I got 200 stitches on that. Okay, and then I knew I had to start it. I just knew I had to start it or else I wasn't going to. But this is for Stitching by the Shore's Pumpkin Birthday Sal. And it's Hair in the Pumpkins by Wanderling Stitches. Yes. Wanderling Stitches. And this, I got, what is it? 303 stitches, like nothing. I started this on October 7th as well as my Quirky Quaker, and I'm stitching it on an 18 count taupe in the morning, I think. And I didn't have 853 and I couldn't get it. So I replaced 8538 with 4124, DMC 4124, And my goal is, oh, I forgot to write that down, 2,500 stitches, and I got 303. Oops, nope, not that one. Oh, where is it? I'll just use this one. Alright. So, here it is. So, these pumpkins here are the 4124, or gourds, or whatever you want to call them. And then there's a couple others that go here, 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 and here, and they are 720, I think. Either 720 or 721. $720. You can see the difference. But I kind of thought this was a good substitution. It's not very variegated, not heavily anyway. So I'll be working on this one again. I also found a couple other things I might want to start for the pumpkin birthday. Don't know yet. Alright, so there's that one. I also put that on my November video. That and the hare and the unicorns. So, because it's kind of fallish. Alright, next. What's this one? Oh, yeah. This one was... Did I spin for this one? Yes. And this is number 4 on my bingo board. Hanging Out for Halloween by Zena Crossbow. 300 by 300, 90,000 stitches, 80 colors. And I got, what did I get? 222. So this one is just moving right along. This is Hanging Out for Halloween by Zena Crosswell. I started this on August 26th, 2025. I'm using 25 count easy guide 1/1. Now if you think human error, using the called for DMC, my goal is 5,000 out of 90,000 stitches. I've completed 1,593 and I am at 1.77%. And here we are. Look at that. I know there's still a lot to fill in, I get that, but you know what, to get that much in a very short period of time, considering I didn't start this all that long ago, I'm pretty proud of myself. It could be worse. You know? Let's hope it doesn't get worse, but it could be. So, 222 stitches added to that. Alright, next is Halloween Squirrel. And I've got to finish my mistake on Halloween acorns. I didn't know much, but anyway. This is Halloween Squirrel. It's from the Blue Flower. I started it on March 21st, 2024. This is just finish. Right to the finish. I'm doing this on an 18 count sand using the DMC conversion. My goal is to finish it. And so far I have completed 3,861 stitches, and when I worked on this for number 23, I got 202 stitches. And here it is. I got the purple done, and I'm working on the leg that's going to go right down to the foot, and then I will do the other gray. I'm going to try to finish the black cape next, and then work on the bushy tail. And last but not least, I think I'm saving this pumpkin for last. But he is very cute, and I cannot wait to get him done. I really can't, because he is so cute. He is so darn cute. He really is. And maybe I can cut off that extra fabric and use it for something else. So, I got 202 stitches on him. Alright, next. Okay, this was new start for me. I don't know why I started it, considering I don't have a lot of the other ones done yet, but I did. This is from the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. It's April. Yes, I did. Sorry. My brain is a little mushy right now. Started this on October 5th. Stitching it on a 16 count ivory, and I'm using the DMC conversion. My goal was 2,000 stitches, and all I completed was 179. But this is what it's going to look like when it's all done. And this was under my Murder the Motif, okay? So, I was supposed to get 2 motifs done. Well, guess what? I did. I got 2.5. This one, and part of this one. So, I murdered a couple motifs. And the DMC colors are 221, 922, and 319. I like the green, I have to admit. If I'm going to use a green, I want it to be a dark. I don't like the light pastel greens. Alright. So, get that one done. Okay. Alright. Next is, oh yes, Bony Bunch. That was for Wrestling Roundup. Randy Savage, 100. Curb Stomp, 100. And Curb Stomp is Seth Rollins' finishing move. And Randy Savage died quite a few years ago. But that's okay. But here it is, Bony Bunch. I got 200 stitches in this, I think. 211. I love this one. As soon as I saw this, it was like add to cart. Just put it in there. Take my money. Thank you very much. Alright, where's the card? Here? Yes. This is Bony Bunch by Plum Street Sampler. Started on September 18th, 2025. I'm using it, stitching it on an 18 count Gothic amethyst, and I'm using the DMC conversion. My goal is 2,000, and out of that 2,000 I have completed 344 stitches. And I was very proud of myself because I got one of the skeletons almost done. Yay! I am kind of working on the border too at the same time, but I did get one of the skeletons done. Woohoo! We've got how many more? Cat and another one. Should be able to get that done. No problem. These are not all that big, so I think that's why I like them. Okay. Bony budget. Nope, I take that back. I'm sorry. I got 209. I was looking at the wrong number. Alright. So there is that. Right here. Oh, yep. Okay, I got another murder the motif. And I did murder this motif, I swear. This is Four Seasons Autumn by Soda Stitch. I was working in that stamp. So, Four Seasons Autumn, Soda Stitch. Started July 9th, 2025, stitching on an 18 count pumpkin patch using the call for DMC. My goal is 2,500 stitches. This has 6,535 stitches, and out of that I have completed 1,475. And I didn't get the pumpkin gun, but I did finish the coffee pot. And now I just got to put in a cup of coffee, which goes right here, and finish up the postage stamp. So, here we go. I'm getting there. Slowly but surely. And I think this is also on my autumn bingo for November. And that starts on November 1st. And take it from there. So that was Murder the Motif, and I got 437 stitches. That coffee pot and that little black stamp, because there's more to it. These are they look very deceiving. They're very intensive stitching. Lots of color changes, lots of all that. But they're worth it to get them done. You know, I know a lot of people kind of, they look at carriage house samplings and they're like, or no, cottage garden samplings, and they're like, oh, this is so intense, blah, 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 because it's got all these little swirlies and this, that, and the other thing. I don't mind those. I don't mind them at all. I don't mind doing the flowers. I don't mind doing the snowmen. I really don't. I just don't. You know, some people don't. They start them and then they're like, oh, I'm not doing another one, and then, you know. But it doesn't bother me at all. I much rather, you know, I like the challenge. I really do. That's why I like these, because to me, with all the color changes and trying to get things to take effect or take shape, I see the work that I put in, and I like that. I really do. Okay. Next, what do we have next? This one. I think this is the one, I'm hoping this is the one I used for. Yes. Now this one, I started on Friday, okay? And I thought getting 200 stitches is going to be cake, it's going to be easy. Yeah, right. It wasn't. that was the longest 200 stitches, I swear to God, in my life. But like I just said, it's worth it. It really is. Once you start seeing things take shape, it's definitely worth it. So this might become, I know it was supposed to become a weekly focus, but it's not this time around. I might do it later on. Oh, this is Eloise and the snowbird. Oh, shadow bird, sorry. And this is, I think it's like 350 by 350. I'm not quite sure. Yes. Because usually you're 300 by 390,000. This is more, so. But I'm working up here, and I got 2 blocks done. And I started this on October 3rd, 2025. I'm stitching it 1/1 on a 25 count easy guide, and I'm using the DMC. And I should up my goal, but I'm not going to. It's 2,500. The total amount of stitches in this is 122,500 stitches. I only have 200. So I got 202 finished. And there it is. It's different shades of blue, but in this light it doesn't look all that great. But there are some light blues in there. You might be able to see them. They're like right here. I love it. I really do. I love it. So I am definitely going to try to work on getting another 200 stitches on this one before the end of the month. Figure if I can do 200 stitches a month on some of these full coverages, maybe, or more, you know, I just find that 200 seems to be my magic number. So, and that was for the Stitch Spooky Bingo, which was number 17. Okay. Oh, that's the one I have to do. So I put that one over here for now. That's Dobby. Nope. I pulled out a bunch of stuff and decided that I wanted to do some of it. Seems like I'm missing a couple. Oh, there it is. Okay. Found them. Alright, the next one I worked on. Oh, I forgot to write that. That is done. Okay, so we only have 2 more. Well, I told you I got a lot done. This was another bingo. It was the Gothic Queen of Hearts, number 19. 200 stitches on that. And I started this one on June 19th. I'm stitching on a 20 count easy guide using the call for DMC. My goal is to hit 5,000 stitches. This has 113 230 stitches, and I have completed 1,242. And here is the picture. And how many did I get done? I got 200. And I just worked in black. Whoop. Shoot. Dropped my floss. Gotta get a bigger bag for this one. So here it is. I worked in the Q area. So next time I pull this out, I'm gonna finish up that corner. So definitely need to get a big bag for this one. I think that's what I found. Yep. Well, I'm just gonna put this strip off to the side for now. I'll trade out something while I'm in here. Yeah. Alright, so that was 200 stitches that I didn't have before. And last but not least was Beware of Dog, which was number 7. Okay, do a picture. I think I'm on the right track with this. I'm not all entirely sure. Let's hope so. But this was the August Patreon from Night Spirit Studios. Beware of Dog. When you were on the Patreon, you paid so much, and your whatever tier you were on, and you either, you know, if you paid so many dollars, you got a free pattern. If you paid more, if the tier went up higher, you got a couple free patterns, so on and so forth. So there's that. And I started this on October 7th, 2024. And I'm doing it on an 18 count anthracite, and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is to finish it. So far I have, I'll have to double check, 445 stitches done. I think that is right because I didn't have, I don't know, I'll have to double check. But yeah, so I got 211 done, and I pulled it out this last time. So whatever bingos are complete, I'm going to take them out of my bucket and keep on going. So that was everything I stitched anyway. Alright, let's move on to plans, shall we? I'm going to work on my Wrestling Roundup, so I am going to finish Spring Quaker. And like I said, I think it's, let's see, Spring Quaker. I need 600, so I think that's 338. And I'm going to also work on my spooky season for 195. ABC stitching kind of fizzled. I just wasn't into it. I mean, I did do 200 stitches on Beware of Dog, so I know it's not the full 500, but that's okay. The bingos, I have to work on Halloween cake stand today, maybe. That's going to be 200. And work on my finishes. I think I'm going to put in another Witch's hat. We go 3. Halloween squirrel. Put in another 3. Alright. And you know what? Maybe I will start ABC, that 1B. And that will be, so that would be 500 stitches. Book delivery. Okay. I don't know what else will be for bingo because I won't know until I spin again. And oh, I'm also bringing out Salem 1692. I haven't worked on that in a very long time. So I forgot that I had it on Pattern Keeper. So what I did this morning while I was trying not to fall asleep was I took everything and that I had completed, or almost everything that I completed, and put the colors in, or marked them off. So, find it. Where are you? Okay, come on. Where did you go? You ran away? No, it's right there. Okay, so here it is. It's not the best picture, but it's there. So, I'm going to be working in here, in the house. Now, according to this, after I, got rid of, all the stuff that I needed to get rid of, or cross out everything that I needed to get rid of, out of 6,719 stitches, I have completed 1,498, so 1,500 basically, and I am at 22.29%. So I will be working on this probably sometime tomorrow or Sunday. There's something else I want to start. Not really. I started the one I really wanted to start with was spooky season. So, I am trying to make plans for 2026, and I think we'll see how the rest of this goes. We'll see. And we'll see how good the calendar goes, because so far but I did find such a fright, so the 13th through the 17th I'll be working on such a fright, and I do believe it's in here. Okay. And 200 stitches for 5 days, that would probably be a good thing. There we go. It is such a fright. And my starting point will be down, down, down. Oh hush. There it is. there it be. Such a fright. I do have a card made up for this one, I believe. I just have to find it. So, there it is. And I'm only using one floss. I'm using Swamp Water. So Such a Fright will be in there. There's a couple of things that I put in there. I have Knock Knock in here, which I might work on too. Prairie Schoolers, Knock Knock. And this one I don't think has a card, but there it is. It's a very job badly. So yeah, this right here goes down this way, with the ghost going in the opposite direction. So instead of going this way, it's going this way. And then this here gets mirrored over here. And then in the middle is the house, which I did start on a little bit. So I might work on that just to, because that's also supposed to be slated for finish. I think in November, though, I put this on for a week. 5 days of the deer and the owl. So it can make up some time that I've missed. So if I can get 200 stitches for 5 days, that'll probably be a good thing. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on a bigger nurge and finish up the flowers and hopefully finish up this and work on the deer and some of the stuff over here, because I found out that this one is not part of the 4-pack I thought it was. So I'm going to have to find the other one. So this one can stay in here for a little bit. And then oh, yes. Then I'm going to work on the Halloween bat from the 20th to the 24th. And that should bring me to the end of this. And then I'm going to work on Silhouette Witches from the 27th to the 31st, which is Halloween, which is appropriate. And here is the Silhouette Witches by Teresa Kogut. And I'm using 3799 and I think 14. And where'd it go? Where'd it go? Here it is. I'm doing this on an 18 count Cyprium from Pictures Plus. Oh, I do have a card in here. Yay! I started this on July 30th, 2023. I'm doing an 18 count Cyprium. I'm using 3799 and 14. And my goal is just to get 300 stitches, but we've moved on from that. And I've got 921 stitches complete. I don't know how many stitches are in this, but what's that? Crap. But here we are. I gotta finish the vampire. I want to finish this motif here. This should have been on my murder motif. It wasn't. I think after I finish this, that first page should be done. I think. But there it is. I think what I'm going to do from now on is if something asks, like Teresa Kogut, a lot of hers ask for like this one, 40 count, do it on 40 count. Yep. 1/2 on 40 count limit. I'm just gonna get some 20 count and do it that way. That's why I'm doing 20 count on the Halloween Quaker from Plum Studios. That's why I'm doing it on the Haunted Library from Lola Crow. Yeah, Lola Crow. So, yeah. And I made a working copy finally of this, so I can just cross off. So hard not to cross off. A lot of the stuff I pulled out is because I also have it on the window. So, but that's all I have. There's a couple of people that I've been watching. I found this one lady. I don't know what her name is, but she goes by the Horror HORROR Stitcher on YouTube. I found her this morning. She only has 2 episodes. I believe she's from Australia. Oh my god, the woman. She's very eclectic. I mean, she likes doing, watching horror, reading horror, the whole bit. But then she's got a, soft side. One of the ones she's doing is from, I want to say Thread Geeks, maybe? It's got like, you got Michael Myers, you have Chucky, no, Freddy, Pennywise, and Chucky maybe? It's like 4 of them. But you can see where Freddy kind of brought his hand over, so they're different angles. It's interesting. It's very interesting. And then she's got this other one, it's called Sweet Bears, which is a bunch of bears that are on a tier tray, and they've got like cupcakes and cookies and this, that, and the other thing. Very interesting. Very interesting stuff. So I wanted to see more, so I subscribed. And then there is another lady that I talked to from Scotland. Her name is Kay. And she is the Stitchy Pfeiffer on YouTube. She likes full coverage. She likes to crochet. She likes non-full coverage. Her full coverage, though, is amazing. I mean, she's doing a hate style. Oh. I don't want to do 6 pages, whether I like it or not. I don't do sales. I don't like them. They're not for me. The only reason why I'm doing the Halloween sale from 2017 is because it's over. That's why I'm doing it. The only reason why I'm doing the Haunted Library is because the sale is over. That's why I'm doing it. The only reason why I want to do the Greenhouse of Oddities is because the sale is over. I don't want to try to keep up. I tried that once and didn't like it. So, I'm not going to do that. So, yeah. But other than that, please check them out. Oh, and Kay has cats. She's got like 2 cats, and one of them I've seen going that way, and the other one sits right next to her and gets into her face and rubs his face. Oh, it's the cutest little thing. I'm not a big cat person, but that's the kind of cat I want, an affectionate one, not one that uses me as staff. I'm good with that. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'm hoping that Claudia will be home, because I think she was supposed to leave today. I think she's supposed to leave today. So she'll be back from Germany hopefully by Monday. Yay! Welcome home, Claudia. Other than that, Nothing too exciting in life here, except it's cold. Which I've been waiting for the fall weather, and I think I finally got it. It was like frost this morning. It was like, you know, a freeze or something. My husband took 4, count them, at least 4 trips out to his garden to pick the rest of his tomatoes, the rest of his peppers, and whatever he had left for zucchini. We have enough peppers until the end of time. Oh my God. We didn't even get that many cucumbers. You know, it seems like every year something picks, you know, something, because he always, you know, he pretty much does the same things. He does green beans, he does peppers, zucchini, tomatoes. That's it. Yeah. And we're not talking just like regular peppers. We're talking like jalapenos. We're talking poblanos. We're talking habaneros. All into peppers. So anyway, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. If you are in, around, within driving distance of Rochester, New Hampshire, the James Foley Community Center. You can't miss me. I'll be right. Go in, you're gonna see me. So, yeah. If you are interested, you know, please stop by. I think it's from like 9 to 2. But yeah. So I hope to see you then. And we will see you next week. Next Friday. Keep on stitching on, y'all.